we understand that Don Lemon has brought in a supposed family friend. Come to find out, he cut Nolan hair once when he was a baby. He's talking about his first haircut. He's talking about, I know the father. I work out in the same gym as him. He always was a strong guy. I know Christine from school. We know when you get in them little small towns, everybody can know of someone. Just because you know of someone doesn't mean you know someone. Don Lemon should have done his due diligence with this guy, because when he came on Don Lemon's panel, he started it to like a race debate, which was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But now we also watched Don Lemon backpedal on some of the statements or some of the ways that he's been pushing towards this case. Now he's telling everybody to fall back, don't say nothing, don't do nothing, let the evidence come out, let investigators work, when he was singing a different tune a couple of days ago. But we understand how the big media companies go. And you know what I mean? Once they make that call up top, you got to change the story, sir. And that's just what we saw. We witnessed it in real time. He even said, yo, those Democrats and Biden wasn't nothing. He gave up who he was speaking to. He was speaking to the Democrats. He was speaking to black people. And he was speaking to people that are supporters of Nolan Wells. And that was crazy. I'm going to do a video on that one. But go and check my video, Don Lemon backpedaling. Go check that video.
I think would have made yesterday's interview extremely memorable. And then we started talking about race. And you know how that is.
Yeah, because you race baiting. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to play the interview. It's a phenomenal interview. I do find it interesting. You'll like what I have to say in the interview. And what I said in the interview starts during the interview, right? So right now I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to start during the interview. I do find it interesting that I haven't talked to Nolan's family. So I don't really know what they're saying behind the scenes about who they know, and I haven't talked to them in detail. It's just interesting that they don't know none of these. They're claiming to not know none of these people, and that they're delegitimizing their experience. And these people are telling me the experiences they've had with Nolan. They're showing me pictures of them. Nolan is hanging out with them. He's at Horn Island with them. He's at their house. They boating, fishing.
Listen to this. Let's go back.
What they saying behind the scenes about who they know and interview, right? So right now I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna start during the interview. I do find it interesting that I haven't talked to Nolan's family.
That right there already was key for me. He has not talked to Nolan's family at all. Yet he's already taken a side of the young men, right? If you're unbiased and you're going to do journalism, you're going to speak to both sides, okay? You're going to speak to both sides, okay? When I was covering the Diddy's trial, I spoke to the prosecution, I spoke to the defense. I spoke to both sides, bro. You're just going to stick to the prosecution or stick to the defense? Like, what's going on here, bro? If you're really going to cover anything, especially something as serious as this Nolan Wells case, so many questions that need to be answered. You're never going to go and speak to the family side and get their side of this take at all? Why not? Because we understand his connections. We figured them out on my last live. We figured out some of his connections. Make sure you check my last live. You'll see for yourself who he's connected to and how he's the leader of urban like development. Yo, it's crazy. This man is working. This man is working, sir. Trust me, man. But it's shady that he never even spoke to the family at all. Why? You just speak to the young men, interview them, but it's not two sides to every coin. Does he really want truth, or does he want to push an agenda or a narrative to us? That is the question that you must ask yourself. Okay, cool.
So I don't really know what they're saying behind the scenes about who they know, and I haven't talked to them in detail. It's just interesting that they don't know none of these. They're claiming to not know none of these people, and that they're delegitimizing their experience. And these people are telling me the experiences they've had with Nolan. They're showing me pictures of them. Nolan is hanging out with them. He's at Horn Island with them. He's at their house. They boating, fishing. The boys that I interviewed, all their parents love Nolan. They talk very well of him.
Listen to when you speak. When you speak, sometimes you give up everything. Because remember, they've been going to Horn Island multiple occasions, right? They always spend their night at one person's house. But here he says they showed us pictures and videos of them on Horn Island together. When? This year? Last year? Okay. Even if it was last year, why doesn't Nolan have his phone? Ask yourself this question then. Why does Nolan have no images, no photographs in his phone from the night before when they stayed at each other's house and was having a party that Officer Tatum said? Why there's nothing there? That's first of all. And why didn't he snap anything? No Snapchat, no social media activity, no nothing. Why is that? Ask yourself this question. And when you ask yourself that question, then you ask yourself this question. Okay. I'm reading from the top line, from the top. Okay. 3 lines from the top, you're going to see 18-year-old son, right? Her 18-year-old son rode to Horn Island on a vessel with friends and was last seen around 1500 hours, and his phone was in a friend's truck. Why would Nolan leave his phone in a friend's truck, get on a boat, take a boat 30 minutes away to go onto an island? And this guy right here on your screen is saying that they didn't have no service like that. He went on an island and it was very low service. Low service don't mean no service. And did he try to upload something? Because he said you can't upload. Did he try to upload something? I doubt that. I doubt that. In his Nancy Grace interview, he never said that he tried to upload something to rule that out. He did not. He did not. So listen to this man and watch. He go out to make a blunder right now live and see how these people just be talking out their arse. Look for yourself. Do not make nobody tell lies to your vision because you watching damn television. Wake up.
They talk about how he's hanging around the family all the time and they love him. Tristan is telling all these stories about Nolan and him. And then the gentleman, which you're going to see in the interview, Elijah, is telling us all these stories about haircuts, naming family members that he hang out with. He just told me that he just saw Nolan's father. And was that in the interview? I don't want to say it if it wasn't in the interview. At the gym, was that in the interview? Let me, I'm gonna back off of that. It may be in an interview. I don't want to say something that we didn't say in an interview. But you know, it seems to me that the story
in real time. Now he done met Nolan's father. Look at him. This people just peddling something. People is right behind him like this. No, don't say that. Listen what he's saying. You think he's talking truth? Or is he talking a script to you? And he's talking so much out of his arse that he's gonna make this blunder right here live in front of your face. But you trust everything else that people are saying to you. Wake up. Pull the wool from over your eye, dear sheep.
Nolan's father,
Look,
telling all these stories about Nolan and him. And then the gentleman, which you're going to see in the interview, Elijah, is telling us all these stories about haircuts, naming family members that he hang out with. He just told me that he just saw Nolan's father. And was that in the interview? I don't want to say it if it wasn't in the interview. At the gym, was that in the interview? Let me, I'm gonna back off of that. It may be in an interview. I don't want to say something that we didn't say in an interview. But you know, it seems to me
it may be in the interview. So you don't know what's in the interview. You don't know what you're speaking about. This is the only case you damn near covering all day. Grifting, getting your money off of this, like everybody else is most likely, right? So, because that's what you're gonna say. So let's just say everybody else is, right? But you don't know about that right there. The family has came out to say that they don't know that man from paint, bro. Why are y'all pushing this man on the family, man? That man only came out to push a racial thing to say, listen, man, I seen white people unalive white people, and I seen black people unalive black people, but we don't be doing that to each other. It ain't no racism down here. There's no racism in Mississippi. So do I need to call up the director of Mississippi Burning? Why did you create this movie, sir? What's happening? What had happened? What happened with Meg Evans again? Okay. It took how many years? 30 years or so to figure out what happened? 31 years? I get you. I get you. We gonna move off of this guy for 1 second, right? Cool. Let's go into one more screen share of this guy. Okay. This guy is a piece of work, bruh. This guy right here is a piece of work, bruh. Piece of work.
Don Lemon Lime